Hey, what's going on YouTube? Chris Albert here with Warrior Soul Gogi, and I wanted to bring something up to you guys because, well, it's been on my mind lately. This past year, I started taking an interest in cryptocurrencies, like a lot of other people. But one of the things I did before I started getting into them is I did a whole lot of research, right? So I started looking into the backgrounds of all the different tokens, what their blockchains were like, what types of utility they had, what purposes could they serve in the future. And the whole thing honestly started fascinating me. I'm really fascinated by what this type of technology can do. I'm a big fan of the space, but, and this is a big but, I was severely disappointed by the lack of intelligence from a lot of the influencers in the space. All right. Now, I say this with humility. Number one, I'm not going to tell you what cryptocurrencies I'm invested in or what cryptocurrencies you should invest in because honestly, I'm no expert. That's up to you guys. What I invested in is based off of my own research, and I, did my own kind of thing and went after what was right for me. What's right for me might not be right for you, and the different strategies that I use probably, maybe it might put me into the poorhouse, maybe it might make me rich. I have no idea, right? But my point is the level of discourse in this space and the way that people react to influencers and the way that people react to the markets in the space. That is what I want to talk about today, because hopefully it could save a lot of you out there from making a lot of really bad decisions. So I'm invested both in the stock market, the bond market, real estate investment trusts. I invest in index funds. I invest everything into my retirement account, and then I put some money aside, money that I can stand to lose, and I put it into cryptocurrencies, right? And that's important. You don't want to invest in anything that you can't stand to lose. So I started putting little by little. Now, one of the things that I learned from a lot of my research, because before I ever invested in the stock market or any other market, I did a lot of reading, right? I read The Intelligent Investor. I read Burton Malkiel's Random Walk Down Wall Street. I read Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game, right? A lot of you might say Tony Robbins, whatever, but his book is actually really good. The Millionaire Teacher by Andrew Haram. I read The Millionaire Next Door. I read a lot, right? And I'll throw a list of books up there if you guys ever want to read those books. I think everybody can benefit by learning more about investing and more about money, right? But I made a commitment this year to trying to learn more about money. And when I had some money to the side that I wasn't doing anything with, that I really can afford to lose, I said, all right, let's try and take a look at some of these cryptocurrencies. So I started researching, and one of the big mistakes I made was going out there into the Twitterverse and onto social media. Because, my preconception about cryptocurrency was that it was a lot of like libertarian-minded people who were out there and they were trying to change the world, right? And that there was going to be a lot of smart people out there in the space. And guess what? No. A lot of the same things that bug me out about fitness and bug me out about YouTube fitness and bugged me out as a trainer, and a lot of those same things are going on in the crypto space. And I'll give you some examples here. So number one, in the crypto markets are super immature. There's a lot of people out there who don't understand investing, who don't understand strategy, who don't understand long-term strategy. There's a lot of people out there trying to day trade, right? And so what you see the market do is generally when a cryptocurrency is going up, right? Meaning like you see green, everybody starts buying in. So like, and I'll just not saying anything for or against Bitcoin here, but Bitcoin, when it started going up a few years ago and it started to hit 20,000, a whole bunch of people bought in at 20,000, right? And, they were buying in on that whole ride up. And the thing about that is this, if you buy near an all-time high, what goes up must come down, right? And so when the thing started coming down, a bunch of people, they sold, right? And so they started locking in a lot of losses, and they lost a lot of money, right? And the same thing is true with all of what they call the altcoins, all the other cryptocurrencies out there in the cryptocurrency space. People try to buy in when the thing's going up, and then when it's going down, a bunch of people sell. The way that I've invested and the way that I always go about things is that, I'm always hoping for the market to go down. And the reason why I'm hoping for the markets to go down is because when they're near their all-time lows, well, guess what? You can get a discount on everything, right? And so when I'm bought into something, first off, I won't invest in lump sums. I'll invest a little bit at a time, particularly with cryptocurrency. I'll invest of the money I have, I'll invest like $50 a week, right? And I'll take a look at what the market's doing. If it's down, I'll buy a little bit more. If it's going up, I'll just keep it to $50, right? And that's something I learned from this book, The Intelligent Investor, right? It's called dollar cost averaging. That means that you buy in at different price points, you're averaging into a position, and you secure your positions over time. But if you try to buy it in a lump sum at like this all-time high, then guess what? What's going to happen when a crash happens? You're going to lose all your stuff. You're going to lose all your money, right? That's not good, right? And again, everything is up to you. This shouldn't be taken as investment advice, right? In your strategies. I'm just telling you what I learned from some of the books I read. And again, all these people are buying in at lump sums. I've seen people trying to pull out mortgages to try and invest in cryptocurrency, all these crazy things, and that's horrible, right? And honestly, it's giving the space a bad name, right? Number two, I'm seeing a lot of people invest with emotion, right? So people tend to be tribal. And just like in fitness, right? We had people who were flexible dieters. We had people who were keto dieters. We had people who were, bro dieters. We had people who just ate clean, all these different things, right? And it translates to the crypto space. Everybody's either, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, I'm an XRP maximalist, I'm all about Ethereum all the way, all these different things. And so what they do is they root for these different teams, and then whenever another technology comes up, all they do is they talk crap about it. And that's essentially what, cryptocurrency social media is. And all the influencers, they make their names off of creating this crap, right? That's called FUD, right? I forgot what FUD stands for. I think it's fear, uncertainty, and discontent or something like that, right? So there's a lot of influencers there just, trying to get Twitter followers, trying to get YouTube followers based off of stuff like that. Number three, there's another type of influencer, and that is I guess they call them in the space the hopium influencer. And there's a lot of people out there who are making these like ridiculous price predictions. Such and such is going to be $100,000 per coin. Such and such is going to be $589 per coin. And that's absolutely crazy too, right? And what those people are doing, they're essentially trying to get people to make financial decisions off of the things that they're saying. And none of this stuff is based off of real analysis or real fact, right? In fact, not even everything I'm doing is based off of real analysis or real fact. That's why you shouldn't listen to me or anything like that. And that's why I'm not talking about specific cryptocurrencies. But what I am telling you to do, and the real moral of this story, and this is more of a rant than a video, I guess, is that in whatever you do, whether it's investment, whether it's finance, whether it's business, do your research first, right? Look at your life. See what's best for you, right? And when you develop a strategy, stick to that strategy. Look at the facts. Research the facts. Research who's telling you these facts. Is it based off of real analysis, or is it based off of something crazy? And don't get me started off on technical analysis and the fact that technical analysis is taking off in the crypto space, because I could do a whole host of things about why technical analysis isn't bad or is horrible. And this channel is not even about any of that stuff, and you don't want to hear about that. But What I am going to do is I'm going to give you a list of books that you should check out. I'll put them up on the blog post attached to this video and in the show notes here on YouTube. And one of them, of course, is The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. I highly recommend The Millionaire Teacher by Andrew Haram. I highly recommend Random Walk Down Wall Street by Burton Malkiel, The Millionaire Next Door, and actually, yes, Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game. I think that's a fantastic book that will give you a really good view of the landscape. So, and like I said, I'm not a financial expert, and if any of you have any other books you want to put up there, definitely put them up. And that's about it, guys. And, final thing is this. I don't have anything to sell here on talking about this subject. The reason why I'm talking about it is because it's something that bothers me, and I think a lot of people are falling into this. That last piece of advice, try to take that to heart. Make sure that you guys are actually researching this stuff, and make sure that you actually are learning. Because if you're ignorant about money, regardless whether it's cryptocurrency or fiat, or you're ignorant about investments, then you could find yourself like a lamb to the slaughter. So I'll talk to you guys soon.